Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. We are jumping ahead again to category 15, which is Irish beer, and specifically style 15A Irish Red Ale. And for that, I get a beer. I haven't had this in years. I first reviewed this back in 2009, O'Hara's Irish Red. I used to, and I still really don't like Irish Red Ales. They're like one of my least favorite styles, like of all beerdom. But I remember drinking this in 2009 and thinking it was, wow, this is actually pretty good. So hopefully this is held up. So let's talk about the Irish Red Ale style. So overall impression, an easy drinking pint, often with subtle flavors, slightly malty in the balance, sometimes with an initial soft toffee / caramel sweetness, a slightly grainy biscuity palate, and a touch of roasted dryness in the finish. Some versions can emphasize the caramel and sweetness more, while others will favor the grainy palate and roasted dryness. And then again, let's check out the comments history, characters, ingredients, all that stuff. So under comments, they mentioned, it's being rediscovered as a, craft beer style in Ireland right now. And under history, they say it's basically the Irish interpretation of an English bitter with less hopping and a bit of roast to add color and dryness. Rediscovered as a craft beer style in Ireland today, it is an essential part of most brewery lineups along with a pale ale stout. Characteristic ingredients generally has a bit of roasted barley or black malt to provide reddish color and dry roasted finish. Pale based malt, caramel malts were historically imported and more expensive, so not all brewers would use them. Style comparisons: a less bitter and hoppy Irish equivalent to an English bitter, with a dry-ish finish due to roasted barley, more attenuated and less caramel flavor and body than equivalent strength Scottish ales. Let's look at the vitals: 18 to 28 IBU, so not very bitter. 9 to 14 SRM, amber, reddish color. And, pretty low ABV, 3.8 to 5, and this one's 4.3, so very, sessionable beer. So, all right, so it's been a long time since I've had this, so let's go get this in a glass and start reviewing. Let's go right into the aroma. Wow, that is big toffee and caramel on there. Very sweet nose. Yeah, so biscuity, bready malt, almost kind of smells like a German, Dunkelsbach or something. Sweet. I don't really get much hops, but I mean, they said it's it's less bitter than a bitter, so um, no surprise there. Maybe slight. I was gonna say slight butterscotch. I don't remember an Irish Red ever smelling this sweet before, so let's take a look at the specs here. Aroma: low to moderate malt aroma, either neutral grainy or with a lightly caramel toasty toffee character. Agree with that. May have a very light buttery character. Oh, okay. I said butterscotch, although this is not required. Hop aroma is low earthy or floral to none, usually not present. True. Quite clean. True. Wow, that is right there. I mean, they say low to moderate malt aroma, but again, if you read the specs here for the whole thing, they say like it's a very, under the comments it says these guidelines are written around the traditional Irish examples with slight extensions for export Irish versions and modern craft Irish versions. So I think like this is a very like kind of American styled or inspired, So I don't know. I mean, they say low and light on the caramel, but it has all those characters and it has like a little bit of the butter and the no hop aroma. So I mean, it's pretty much right there. I'm gonna go 10 out of 12. Maybe that seems high because it's strong, but I don't know. I mean, I like it and it's there for the style. All right, so appearance. Like I said, it probably looks black on camera because we're shooting this at night, but it actually is pretty much the same shade of red as the label here. Let's get my thingamajig out here. The problem with the red ones, it's hard to tell the SRM. I'd say 13 to 17 SRM, and it is clear. I don't know what it looks like on camera. Had a 2 or 3 finger head on there, so nice, nice looking beer. Let's check the specs. Appearance: medium amber to medium reddish copper color, clear, true. Low off-white to tan colored head, average persistence. All right, so it's right there on appearance. I'm gonna go full 3 out of 3 there. Flavor: cheers. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had this in a long time, but I remember this having way more flavor than the average Irish Red, and the same is true all these years later. It's kind of like the specs say, like the Irish equivalent of a bitter. To me, it's more like an Irish equivalent of an ESB because it's big toffee and caramel on there. It does have like, I can taste that roasted malt on the finish, so it has like this, you know, real brief kind of stout-like flavor. Which is actually pretty nice. So up front, you're getting, you know, some toffee, some caramel. It's sweet. Not really getting the butter that I smelled. Maybe just kind of a general butterscotch kind of thing. Real low hops, just kind of, you know, floral earthy thing. Just very, very low bitterness. Just a pittance of bitterness. But you also have that roast malt in there, which is for accounting for a lot of the bitterness. So it's sweet for a light beer. It's only a 4.3 ABV, so it's not a, you know, Southern Tier chocolate or something like that as far as the sweetness. But for a, you know, sessionable pub style ale, it's quite sweet. Finish is pretty dry, you know, that because it finishes up with that roasted malt. So, you know, you get a little bit of that, you know, roasted kind of flavor, and then like no astringency, no cloying aftertaste, just pretty, you know, pretty neutral aftertaste, I guess you could call it. Pretty nice tasting beer. I like it. Let's check the specs. Flavor, moderate to very little caramel malt flavor and sweetness, rarely with a light buttered toast or toffee-like quality. Well, I mean, it says rarely, not never. The palate often is fairly neutral and grainy, or can take on a light toasty or biscuity note as it finishes with a light taste of roasted grain. That's exactly what I just said, which lends a characteristic dryness to the finish. True. A light earthy or floral hop flavor is optional. Yeah, I mean, yeah, light. I agree with that. Medium to medium low hop bitterness. I'd say low. Medium dry to dry finish. True. Clean and smooth. True. Little to no esters. True. The balance tends to be slightly towards the malt, although light use of roasted grains may increase the perception of bitterness slightly. That's it on flavor? Okay. So yeah, I mean, these specs seem to be written on more traditional, like they said, traditional, which are more, you know, mild versions. So, I mean, this one, it's there and it's just way stronger. And I mean, I like it better than, say like a Smidwicks or Smidwicks or whatever you call it, Smidwicks. You know, something very generic Irish red ales, which tend to be, you know, in my opinion, quite bland. That's why I like this one better. How am I gonna score this? I think I'm gonna go 15. Kind of split the difference. I mean, I like it as at a 17 or 18 or maybe even 19 for the style, not in general. But it seems to be, you know, a little off compared to the specs. But I don't know. I think 15 out of 20 is fair. Mouthfeel, probably put a medium, maybe medium light body. It's actually kind of low in carbonation. Probably put about medium low carbonation. It's a very smooth, soft texture. I wouldn't call it refreshing, but it's definitely I can drink a lot of it. So it's very quaffable and sessionable. 4.3 ABV. Yeah, definitely an ideal session beer. Let's check the specs. Mouthfeel, medium light to medium body. True, although examples containing low levels of diacetyl may have a slightly slick mouthfeel, not required. Moderate carbonation, smooth, moderately attenuated. Yeah, so I mean, it's right there for pretty much everything. I'll go 4 out of 5 on mouthfeel. Overall, I'm gonna say 8 out of 10. I could probably go. I could go 7, 8, or 9, depending on how we're interpreting in the specs. This is kind of a hard style to really get a grip, you know, grasp or whatever. But yeah, so 8 out of 10 overall. Total score of 40 out of 50. You know, I think that's really fair for the O'Hara's Irish Red. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.